Here you are, tuned in once again to SouFLoTV. Welcome. Today's topic, we're going to talk about sexual stimulants in Jamaica. The men are using sexual stimulants. And I'm talking about not sexual stimulants as in aphrodisiacs and food like, you know, Irish moss and linseed and sarsaparilla and them thing there. We're not talking about that. We're talking about like Viagra and Cialis and these kinds of things. And we're talking about teenage young men all the way up to young men. Not old men with erectile dysfunction issues because of diabetes or high blood pressure, etc., etc. This is what we came to talk about today. I don't know if I'm going to bust out anybody's secret. I know that this is not only in Jamaica, it's supposed to be all around the Caribbean islands and within Caribbean communities overseas. Alright, I'm going to talk about this. So, I was thinking about this the other day. I was in New York and a brethren said to me, yo, I want a little thing up on the corner now, you know, where I run the place. I make with woman them have a little faith in a way again, you know. And this brethren, mind you, is a brethren where he smoke a lot, drink a lot, and that's all his life consists of, right? So, to give it to his credit, he also works, but him work as a barber, right? Not that there's anything working as a barber. You're on your foot all day, your feet all day. He's a very good barber actually, with a long list of clientele. Other than that, him bun weed whole day, and we're gonna talk about that in a few, right? And his woman, sex in a blouse and skirt, and Miss Sure said, is a woman will want it when she want it. When woman want them ride, you have to give them ride. And some women, they are hornier than others, let's put it that way. So, them will hop on something, anytime, anywhere, and them want it constantly, even unnaturally, to where a man is not naturally able to perform at that level. You know what I'm saying? So, I could talk about that. So the story that ran, the story said, scores of Jamaican males, including boys, are continuing to put their lives at risk by taking sexual stimulants which they do not need, despite dire warning from medical personnel. To compound the risk they face, these boys and men are not getting their regular examinations. It's a cultural thing, Dr. Hugh Wong said, consultant emergency physician at the Kingston Public Hospital, told the Gleaner. Alright, I'm going to say, SouFLoTV, when you talking all this crap, where are you getting your information from? Dr. Wong is a consultant emergency physician at the Kingston Public Hospital. He told this to the Gleaner. It is scripted and I'm reading it. According to Dr. Wong, the use of these sexual enhancement drugs is more of a fad than a necessity for many Jamaican males. Why would a 16, 17, 18-year-old boy need enhancers? He doesn't need to be having that problem. A 50 or a 60-year-old man might be having that problem, said Dr. Wong, as he noted that health problems such as diabetes that causes erectile dysfunction are not problems that a typical Jamaican teenager faces. Wong noted that stimulants such as Viagra and Cialis are primarily intended for elderly men and for persons with particular symptoms, like the something pop down and it can't work no more because of other sicknesses that restrict blood flow to that part and other parts of the body, right? Many Jamaican males who have no problem getting an erection either as a one-off basis or on a regular basis are self-prescribing these medications for treatment of erectile dysfunction and impotence in men. These medications would sometimes be prescribed by a doctor, worked by increasing blood flow to the penis in order to help the man to get and sustain an erection when he is sexually aroused or stimulated. Severe lifestyle intense. Alright, no drugs is without its side effects problems. Here's the educational part. No drug is without its side effects problems. So for those of you who are using these things, and you are in this young age group, and you think that this is for you because it can make your ride long and it impress her and she thinks that, well, my man can go round 3 and 4 and 6 and 10 and go for hours, this is what you need to know here. There is no drug without the side effects problems, and any drug that you use when it is not needed, it is going to have some negative side effects. These types of inhibitors cause blood vessels to be dilated. Blood vessels are everywhere. If you are standing up, Dr. Wang said, and you take a 100 milligram of whatever the drug is, you run the risk of dilating your blood vessels and falling to the ground. You run the risk of blood vessels dilating and erupting in the brain. You run the risk of having an early stroke. You run the risk of having a heart attack. That is what the side effect, negative side effects are. People have died from these. It has been documented, especially when mixed with alcohol or other drugs. Okay? So, what they're talking about here is, and I say Jamaica because, again, a Jamaica meeting set, but I'm talking elsewhere. In Jamaica, they're saying that the black market for this and anything else is very alive and well and out there. Right? So it's not hard to get these kinds of drugs. The customary blue-colored Viagra and yellowish-brown Cialis are the favorite among these young men in Jamaica who claim that having tested the potency of these drugs, they are delighted. Medical doctors are repeatedly warning that these drugs are not designed to be sex candies. A package of tiny white, and now this is the favorite one in Jamaica because it comes cheaper and it works longer. So they have the American, them we might say Viagra, and the Americanized ones that might say Viagra, Cialis, whatever else. A package of a tiny white tablet that's called Boom. Me did think say Boom did the drink what them selling at the store. So when me hear the youth them say, yo, them a go boom up and get ready for the something, me think say a 2 Boom them a drink, the energy drink Boom. Me I say energy drink Boom must be really good, right? To have guys talking about it and their sexual performance like that. Get to find out, say, it's actually a package of white small tablets called Boom, right? Or Yana. Is also favorite of many of the young men between the ages of 20 to 40 in the corporate area, especially of Jamaica, Kingston. Sales outside range from bars to corner shops, with the drug selling for as low as 500 to as high as 1800. The last time undercover investigators for the news team checked. So they went out there, they checked, and somebody said, yeah man, you can get it round us around a Robbie's, around a corner shop. Rob them, go around there and say, yo Robbie, give me one of them pills there, the blue pill, or give me a Yana now, or give me a Boom now. You talk about Boom drink now man, Boom Boom. Alright, give me a Boom, Boom. Give me Boom, give me a cold Heineken or a red stripe there, and order it over the counter just like that. I cannot help to think that the rape culture, sexual molestation culture in Jamaica goes right hand in hand with taking of these drugs. Because if you're a healthy male, you don't need these kinds of drugs. And if you're taking these kinds of drugs, maybe it's causing you to have unwanted erections. And then you feel like, say, you have to go do something with that erection here because here you are standing at attention for no friggin' reason, right? And can't get rid of it. So I cannot help to think that. With that said, let's talk about the over-sexualization of our culture. Let's talk about the age of consent being 16, that alone. Myself and somebody else was discussing this also. Do you know how many people, Vance Cartel said that no matter how Jamaica frig up and I go down the hill, if you notice that the tourist industry continues to rise and it's booming, do you know how many people actually fly into Jamaica because they can legally come to Jamaica and have sex with a 16-year-old girl? No 50, 60-year-old man come down with them prescribed Viagra and Cialis and ready for this 15, 16-year-old girl down there in Jamaica. Nobody can tell me it's not happening because it is, okay? I'm not saying the girls I've seen on these videos are 15, 16, but may I say them young, them probably 18, 19, let's put them at the age of legal consent in the United States of America for adults to view this. They come down there, they shoot videos with your girls, 18, 19, 20 years old. Old man ride them off, properly for them Viagra thing. The age of consent in Jamaica, 16. So our girl them start sexing in Jamaica from them, I said 14, 15, 16, right? And they getting sexed by men that are using these drugs. So a normal sex session then, a 15, 20 minute ride then, and a rest period and another 15, 20 if you can go a second and a third round then. Turns into these girls are from them are 14, 15, 16, from them are 16, 17 years old, them are get ride out for hours. So that's the reason why one time you hear man I talk about, yo, big pussy girl, and I like some of the man them I tell some of the girl them really stretch out for real and really not have no comeback. There is no snapback. Her snapback is not snapping back because that snapback there, it bust, stretch out and bust long time ago. Now, for these women who are watching these porno movies and they're thinking that it's natural for a man to stand at attention and go for hours and them kind of something that's a lie. It's not natural. It's not natural. The porn stars take drugs. It is a part of their job to take these drugs so they can perform on cue whenever they, and that's another thing. Females thinking that man must perform on cue at the drop of a dime every single time. There are many other things that factor into a man's performance. Remember this enough. If a man, same day with you, and he's stressed out, he hasn't had proper sleep, he hasn't been eating properly, and he is stressed out because we don't know what bother him. Maybe his mother just passed away, bills pile up at the house, and all these kind of things. When I'm children, them sick, ray. If it's at the forefront of his mind, when you ready for your ride, ladies, he might not be able to perform. Or you might get a man where get hard, and then him go in, and him whine 2 times and pop off early. Or you might get a man where go in there, and before him even go in there, something goes soft, because his body not relaxed, his mind is not focused, he's not centered. A lot of our young men in Jamaica are smoking a lot. Brings me to where I started in this video. A lot of our Jamaican men are smoking a lot, especially the younger one them. They must smoke enough weed. They're not eating a proper diet, and they are not getting enough rest and relaxation, not enough sleep. So nighttime, them there, I go at everybody party, them I run the road, right? Them I smoke enough and them I eat unhealthy. All this processed food, all these GMO food where get imported into the country. People stray away from the long process of harvesting. Your sarsaparilla, you go boil out your roots, you go have your Irish mash and your linseed, and you go boil that down, and then you go cool it and wait till it gel up, and then you go put it in the microwave. I don't use a microwave. There's not one in my house. So me I say mistakenly microwave. I don't know why. Maybe because I want to talk about all these microwave food and all these things. You go put your thing in your blender and you go blend it up nicely, and you go have, you know me I saying, your sour sap leaf and all these things. They've strayed away from that. Everybody wants to pop a pill nowadays and you get an instant effect. And as soon as she brush past it, so she said, "Babes, me ready," would stand up and she can jump on and ride, or you can skin her out and beat her up and them kind of thing there. The unrealistic sex is what we're talking about. I've seen comments where you have Jamaican men talk about, a female actually asked, she said, how many rounds can you go in one night? And I put up there that, this is me, but I don't know if you're not going to laugh after me. I put up there that, this is personal, but I put up there, sir, if it's a good night, I'm going to last about 4 rounds. 5 rounds maybe, but it's all going to be in the one session, right? So a good one session for me might last about an hour. Now, 45 minutes to an hour. There's something good? Big up to yourself, girl. You're in there, you beat, you pop off, you relax pan her, you beat again, you pop off. Them kind of something that comes more naturally than me. I beat up the something for hours. Any woman that, and I did a video on this another time where I spoke about the overly sensitized versus a desensitized vagina. Like, them women here push up all kind of something in them nowadays. Some big vibrator, them a sit down and a ride pan and these kinds of things. Big plastic tough something that has no feelings and no emotions behind it. And one time, them slap down themselves on it so, and then they expect a man with a penis that is filled with nerve endings and filled with feelings to go in there and perform like how this battery operated or friggin' electronically operated machine supposed to perform in them something. Now, them kind of women there, believe it or not, there are a lot of them out there. And these kinds of women, I expect man to come perform upon them. So guys get insecure also when they are told that their performance is not up to par. Guys get insecure also when them realize that Ross, me done Irish mash, linseed and roots up and everything, and me come in here fit and ready. Me a jog on the beach all week or I run the hills them all week. I'm stamina up, me feel right already. And you go in there and you give her your best. And you give her a good 35, 45 minutes and you realize that she didn't even have an orgasm. And you do it every which way she wants you to do it. And you're doing all the things that she likes and she's still unable to achieve an orgasm. The blame gets put on the guy. These are the females that need that 1 hour of straight beating. Turn her over and give 1 more hour of straight beating. And I know my comment section here is going to be filled with guys who are denying taking these kinds of things, but are accepting that they are one of the stula stamina daddy them we can go for hours and them no need no boots up on them something that. I don't expect you to come here and tell the truth, man, at all. Just like all the other videos that I do where nobody comes and them tell the truth, them only come and big up themselves and beat up them chest and these things. Well, when you drop down one day and your blood vessels dilate and bust somewhere and then we find out, say, yeah, alright. So anyways, man, it's SouFLoTV. I'm going to cut this one short. It's already too long. And I'm going to give you the whole video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I am up out of here. Peace.